Hello and welcome. My name is Malek. I'm the Pottymouth preacher with Saltwater Ministry. And, we just covered some things last week, that's really big and definitely eye-opening with 2 Timothy 2:15. And, it's not natural for our minds to go, okay, wow, well, we can really be great with God and be in the living room of God. And it's even bigger than that. I'm going to definitely make things, they're just going to alter your world and alter your belief system in this episode today. So, anyway, shout out time. And I just want to thank Jose. Jose, man, you're always on, bro. And just, I'm so thankful for your heart and your drive. And you're always asking me, hey, when's the next video out? That's great. Definitely. Alan, this bud's for you. Love it. I don't like Budweiser, but, hey, we don't always have to like all the beers out there. As long as you like a few good ones or so. And in my case, maybe even a little more. Definitely want to give Ryan a shout out. And just thanks for your always asking and just always been, asking questions and definitely giving advice and how we can technically just improve the show, for everyone. And Alan and Walt. Hey, Walt, man, it's good to hear you on the phone and definitely always got some very in-depth things to share with the group and with us, and appreciate your heart and your commitment. And to Carol. Carol, you're constantly just a rock under my feet, and I appreciate that. I'm just very thankful for that. And anyway, that's a shout out. So we got to get to the big word today, and that's going to be Romans 8:16 and 17. Ooh, maybe we should start off a little earlier than that so I can lay a little more of the foundation. This is going to be very revolutionary to some people. And remember, by one, all was lost. And that was Adam. And God wanted to make a choice available. He wanted free will. He didn't want people to be programmed or have to do something. He gave the angels free will. They made decisions. And, it's about that. It's about God always wanting man to have free will. And that's huge. And I'm a firm believer of that. And I'm a firm believer that that's God's way. And that's God's way in life. And that what he has intended for us. And if sometimes we're in a situation where we don't have that free will anymore, well, he'll make a way for us to escape. Just be bold enough to take it. Take the way out. Anyway, in verse, let's see, where am I going to pick this sucker up? Okay, in verse 14, Romans 8:14. For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. And for ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received into manifestation the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. And the Bible's an Eastern book written in Eastern times. And you had the begotten son, you had your lineage and your children. But the adopted son was even more preferred. And that was a son that you had by choice. And we are sons, both male and female. It's an inclusive noun. And we are all sons of God that believe. Romans 10:9 and 10. If thou shalt confess with thy mouth and believe in thy heart that Jesus is Lord and that God raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. And then the law of believing following right after that, in verse 10. And definitely read through that, because there's a lot in what we confess with our mouths and we believe in our heart. And that's just huge. That's a great principle there, and I love it. It's so clear. And I like things to be clear. And I like to go through the clear scriptures rather than elevate the complicated ones. Because when you get the clarity and you get the heart, then you get the meaning. And then you can start digging into some of those more complicated verses, and they'll start making sense for you. Okay. In verse 16, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. And if children, then heirs, heirs of God, and joint heirs with Christ. So we're a joint heir. Remember, it's like that pizza. You know, we get to share it fully because of what he did. He did the work. It wasn't easy. It's not easy. Matter of fact, you got to think about it. It'd be easier for us to go about and go, oh yeah, let me make my bed. Let me wear my best clothes. Let me, you know. It's not about all those things. And everybody's got different issues. Some believe in eating certain animals. Some don't believe in eating certain animals. And God says, don't call anything that I've made at this day and time unclean. So there's definitely some things out there in life that is just, it's just not lining up. And it's not lining up for anybody. And it causes a lot of problems because violation of free will is huge. And evil loves to violate free will. And if evil gets one finger in your door, it wants two fingers in, and then three, and then four, and then five. And pretty soon they're opening up their whole door. They're the thing that won't leave, and they stay, and they keep you up all night, and you got to work the next day. Kind of sounds like we're talking, but you guys get the message, you get the principle, you get that free will is huge, and you get that, wow, now we're not only at the living room and at the table, but we live in that house with God, and it goes even deeper than that. Verse 17, and if children, then heirs, heirs of God, and joint heirs with Christ. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory that shall be revealed to us. And that's just it. You know, we have a shot at some real awesome things in life here. And by taking up the believing and taking up the staff and just getting rid of all the stupidity that's out there, the things that limit us, and you know, to judge another human being, that's just not that's not godly for us to do that. And that we don't want to go around and we don't want to judge people, and we don't want to hold them to any kind of pre-specified standard. We don't want to be locked up in our senses, taste, smell, hear, touch, hear, you know. We don't want to be caught up in you know, what we've learned through experiential knowledge, because experiential knowledge will burn you over time, because not everything follows experiences. And we don't want to be in a predictable situation where we're following experiences. So, hey, once again, this is Rob Malek. I'm the chiefest among sinners and the least of all believers. And you guys have a wonderful evening, and God bless.